us. I met Ratan Tata, and the best thing for me that I wanted from him was not juice, water or tea. And I said, I need a lot of your time. I want you to be a formal advisor on our board. And he says, if you know this is cheap mimicry I will try now. Obviously you know that I don't have some time. I mean, he speaks a very, it's so sweet that I want to imitate visually when I go to that word. So he said that I don't have time. So I said, no, I did not ask for your time. I asked for your consent to be advisor. Then he says, if I don't have time, what will I do being advisor? I said, time is my obligation. I'm sure you will take a journey from your office or home to the airport when you go. In the flight, you will fly to US. That is a time that I will latch myself on you. So I'll be in the car that you're going to the airport. I'll be in the flight and take the ticket to the destination you're going. We'll get an hour or two of our discussion. So in other words, every one of us knows what we want. So if you know what you can take from me, I'll be willingly offered. Otherwise, water and juice are there. I think how incredibly what you want decides what you will react when there is a bad day. If you really want it, there is never a bad day. You just feel this is the truest test of my desire of what I want. Your peers do not like your growth. Your seniors appreciate what you're growing. Your juniors look up to you. In other words, if you are a gang of peers, it's like putting squares in front of you. If you're four of you and four of you will be equal, imagine a bus being made with an equal this. No aerodynamic, right? It should be in a different way when you want to take off. Right? So I think the best, you may make best friends in college, but not necessarily the best entrepreneur founders or co-founders in college, for the simple reason that one of them might feel bad about others, and who will decide what we will do? I mean, who are you in front of me? And I had four. So interestingly, the company that we sold out of college was purely because the four of us were equal to each other. None of us wanted to take command of others. In fact, the business title, that card that I carried in those days, used to carry EO. Why it is called EO? Because him and me both are EO, none of us is CEO. so you can understand the dynamic, and I think my learning in history have been, and this is a very common pattern historically. When you are in a gang of peers, it's called partnership, not a company. Companies are like a rocket. They need to have a warhead with a clearly defined leadership. And so this is a time when you should be taking it as a learning exercise, how to deal with people of a peer ego sense or a capability sense or a skill sense. The best way to manage people who are senior to you or people who are peer to you is to let them do it. But you're too early in this journey to get that movement because you have a lot to do it yourself. So empowerment is the only way when you get senior people. So for example, like when Sunil Mittal hires, let's say, this new CEO who's running Airtel, he has to empower him. He has to give him a lot. And that journey is a very tough journey as an entrepreneur or a businessman to learn. When you leave a lot on your teammates instead of you poking in, when you have a lot of opinion to do what it is. And so in the end, my friend, you might just learn how to work with them. But unless you build a great relationship, this won't go many times forward. The problem when you're talking to someone is of an international origin, of China, 3 tiers problem. One, international, which means, do you know about India enough? Do you know about the situation in India, being an international guy? Like, do you know what is happening in Taiwan right now? Maybe not, right? And similarly, do you know what is happening in literally geography called Scandinavian countries? No. So first problem for me was bringing a context of why am I standing here? India is magical, this is happening, problems, anecdotes, everything about India. And second part is, you talk with Chinese person. Now, Chinese incidentally are a different breed than Indians are. They did not want to learn English. Indians learned English because Britishers told us. They were not fooled by Britishers. They didn't learn English. Interestingly, there were translators in the room to translate what I'm talking, because there were 12 people of his team who were listening to me. And a person like me and can become very fast forward in what I have spoken. And the person who's translating might not even able to bring the emotion or the intent that it is. So I had to very much continuously put a camera on me in my mind. Am I audible enough, slow moving, or am I able to bring passion into this pitch that I'm talking? So parallel conversations on that time. And there was a person in the team. So I was there with Goldman Chairman, by the way, Mark Schwartz was with me. Goldman Chairman, incredible dude. I mean, the best thing about him I can tell you is that he called me before the meeting and he said, "Hi Vijay, it is going to be a great journey together. I'm sure we will go meet Jack." And a little bit about me, and he's quoted this line: "I founded Goldman's investment banking practices in 1978. I was born in 1978. So I was like, I've been going with a guy who's a banker, investment banker since that age. You guys will appreciate investment bankers once you're out of college in MBA and have figured out what Goldman and a banker is." Now, I was with him. I was with somebody in Beijing who was of my fund who learned Chinese so that they can translate in Chinese, if you will. And now, I had to do this light and sound show in my language to impress people who do not understand my language and country. I don't have to tell you more of what could have happened. Obviously, it was inclusive of a big picture context of why. The best pitches are, first you tell, we are this. A lot of time, people have to understand who you are. If you spend time in investing, building a context, you don't know whether this person already has a context or not. Don't bother about it. Say, we bring car drivers in front of passengers using an app. आप ये मत बताओ इंडिया में टैक्सी ऐसे चलती है, इतनी टैक्सी हैं, इतने लोग ड्राइव करते हैं, कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. उसके बाद पूछेंगे, and why are you doing this? Well, in India there is so much of need of people like this. And how does it happen today? You get it? It's a sequencing other way around. Instead of, most of the time what pitches come is, this is India, this is how people do today, this is how it is, and now I'm changing it like this. No. The best attention span is the first minute and first 10 seconds. You have to talk in that moment what your solution is. So exactly in that sense, I talked about that bit first, and then narrated back whys of that. So you got it? Your hero is what your business is. It has to be portrayed first, and then why strings behind the scene.
I can see a lot of people writing it down right now.
Don't even write. And in the end, I said a line which is my favorite one. And I said, now you know why I say that no eternal awards will forgive us now for wasting the dawn. And that is Jim Morrison, by the way, that when he is talking American Fair. And that meant that I told him that it is an incredible opportunity right now, and if we lose it now, nobody in history book will award us for telling that you were so conservative or dumb about that it was in front of you. When you're living a joyride, you don't feel tired. I'm sure all of us would have done those long rides, car drives to the destination that we go. Rafting is a very popular one that we do, and we must have played those heavy-duty games of cricket or any other sport that we play. Do you ever feel tired after that? So it is a journey which is what you've chosen, and every moment is I'd say, God's gift to live that moment. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys, when we look at Paytm, we do not look at ourselves as a commercial company. We look at ourselves as a change agent of this generation who will bring 500 million Indians who will be deprived of even as basic as a bank account need in financial services. We stand for a business model that will bring them on the mainstream. The poverty, the trafficking, the micro-lending, these are evils that we all know that exist, and they will be challenged only if these consumers of ours were on a digital platform. They were chit funds, they are Saharas of the world, and everything happens in this country. So we don't believe as an entrepreneur, as a company, we are doing less than any countryman who was in a government position would have done. Actually, we believe we have a far more sincere role, agnostic of the government and the position that is handed over to us. So it all is about that what you want to do and which journey you will take. You can be an IAS and you can bring change. Our we are changed the way the Gwalior has bus services. It's sustaining, otherwise it was not even there. And we are changing the way people are getting bank account. One or other point of time or two board has to be decided that which board will you go. And the answer will be the choices and the options that you have. Today you have the option to take both journeys. If you have energies, take both journeys. One day you will have to pull back from one. If you don't, then choose it today. Answer is, none of these two are mutually exclusive. You can be the change agent as an IAS and you can be very successful change agent as a businessman too, an entrepreneur too. I'll tell you one thing. In your life, at a class 10, as class 12, as engineering college or as a graduation, whichever way it is, and so on and so forth, you will always weigh what is with you and where you want to head towards. Do you think what you are wasting time on right now, called education, is literally called waste, not invest, versus the time that you are investing in your startup? That's a mathematics that you have to do. Who will be the correct arbiter? The person who understands what you're doing and can help you understand whether it is that equal benefit or not. Probability that that work is so incredibly great is not so high. That is why everybody who's meeting you is saying that I think you should just complete your classes first. And it is fundamentally not right to say that is not enough. Sometimes people discover what is being done that is being done. Education is necessary so that you can discover what is right or wrong. Education for cramming is illogical, but education at a large level is necessary, please. Right now, you've not made friends in college yet, you've not gone through college life. There is a fun ahead waiting for you. My suggestion would be. हम अपना मून शॉट ले रहे हैं, वो अपना मून शॉट ले रहे हैं, वो लिटरली मून पे लैंड कर रहे हैं, हम देश को मून पे लैंड कर रहे हैं. So the statement is that you talk to us. Thank you so much for appreciating it. Are we landing on moon literally with a class some space? Answer is no. Are we doing our moon shots? Answer is yes. I'm sure आपने वो जेफ बेजोस वाला आर्टिकल पढ़ा होगा जो भी फोर्स में है, जिसमें उसने ब्लू ओरिजिन के बारे में बोला है. It's a 16-year-old company, not today. So when you tell me that they are doing it today, they were doing it 16 years back. And I'm sure you know by now that they failed 10 years and blew up literally 300 million and now they are finally found what should be. Answer, space is too long a journey, that is why it has to cycle. And I had an opportunity to have a conversation with Elon Musk like we are talking right now. And I asked him that why on earth Mars landing? It's not Mars landing. I'm sure you know that it's not moon landing, it's Mars living on Mars. And his answer was, do you think that he's aiming Mars in his life cycle? Answer is, I know we won't be able to live on Mars in my lifetime. But I know by making an ambition of that, we will enhance every technology that takes us to that place, to that level that our life on Earth will be far more efficient. So it's sort of a goal direction that we set in order. There's an email, you can send me an email which is Vijay at Paytm and I'll forward it to the.
So I've already sent you.
Oh! Wow, I know. Okay, so how, okay, I mean you can tweet me with Vijay Shekhar and that time I'll forward.
The tweet works better. I know
Tweet
that.
works better so that I can do it. Single life, married life, what is the I think I started with 4 founders, FORE, FOUND, four founders. The first company was 4 of us. 2 of us, and 2 of us sold that company, started this company with 2 people, me and another 2. 2 of them ditched me, I remained. So I actually, when I started Paytm or 197, I was 33% equity owner. Why? Because there were 3 of us. 2 left, and I became so-called 100% if you will, but the 40% thing happened. So today I own around 20% of it, and I don't feel bad about it because I started at 33. So in other words, in the end, hopefully, founder is a great sounding board, and you necessarily not need to title that co-founder. You might have a sounding board in the best team also. So I'm a champion of a clarity of leadership. In any mission and project, we decide who's a leader, whose command we will listen. If you two of you have not been able to decide this, disastrous. If you two have been able to decide it, incredible. Revenue models are underestimated when the products are built. So if you truly believe it is that life-changing, you should stretch it. Revenue discovers itself.
Now, for example, WhatsApp has been...
It absolutely doesn't matter. Neeraj sits on my board. WhatsApp's revenue was $150 million before this sold, and they were costing only $8 million a year. They were super rich as a revenue. So misunderstanding that WhatsApp doesn't have revenue is a line that you're quoting. Please don't. Do you know how WhatsApp generated revenue?
Might be from subscription base.
Think about it. And how much was revenue according to you? They generated $120 million revenue in the year when they sold. They did not need money to even from VCs to run it. They were generating revenues. They used to earn money by bundling WhatsApp in devices. So bundling of one device will be $50. Paid for the device which otherwise is not.